Hey guys, Anthony, 4x4 Diesel. We're just painting another set of wheels. Somebody's asked about how about the center caps and how did you paint those and keep the silver not painted and all that sort of thing. There's lots of precautions here. I'll just quickly go through it all again. I'm not sure if we included the center caps, but I've certainly answered the question either on the YouTube channel or on our Facebook groups. This is why you subscribe. You're best to subscribe and turn the bell on. And if you don't like the video or you don't want to watch it, you don't have to watch it, but at least you've been notified it's there in case it's something that you've been looking for. But it's up to you what you want to do. So what we're doing here, I'm just doing another set of alloy wheels for the Hilux and another set of wheels. Got a new set of BFGs here, waiting for our new 2000 and who knows when Prado. And I'm not saying I'm a good spray painter or this is a good job. I'm going to give you some information about the paint because things have changed. Unfortunately, these wheels are off our 2019 Prado. We actually got another set that we painted that we put on that vehicle, and when it was sold, they were happy with that, went with that. So we had these brand new. I've just rubbed these back and painted them. I didn't try and do a really great job. What you got to remember with wheels is, it's a wheel. It's a wheel and a tire. It's brakes, it's brake dust, it's dirt and mud. It's not furniture. You're not building your most, best bit of furniture. So what I did, I've given them a rub back with some 400 wet or dry paper. Just a bit of a rub back here, help the paint stick a bit better. Again, I'm not the expert at it. I don't put the clear coat over the top. I've got a couple of videos painting the wheels with the wheels, tyres off the wheels, like these were painted, and tyres on the wheels as well. Really makes a little difference, to be quite honest. I'm going to go through a few touch-ups. I'm going to give you sort of maximum information without wasting too much time. Now, when they fit the tyres off, and you will get some scratches anyway. So look at this. So the thing is, doesn't matter how perfect you do the job, we had the wheels off and did it all perfect. This is what'll happen kind of thing, right? Now, the good news is with this paint, it's really easy to touch up, especially if you haven't added the clear. You can just anytime. Now, the wheels, 60,000 Ks on our 2019 Prado, and they were really good. There was, considering stupid amounts of outback corrugated dirt roads, that's what the vehicle's for. There was a lot of rock spray on one side of all these, if you know what I mean. It was different wheels, but it wasn't bad, and it was easily, you could touch it up. These have just got a bit of dust and fingerprints and whatever on them at the moment. There's a couple of runs in places. I'll give you the story with that shortly. But the point is, this can be easily touched up. Now, people worry and they do the card thing. You can get the cards and stick them in there if you like, if you don't want a bit of paint on your tyre. But if paint's on your tyre, like, who cares? Like, at the moment, there's gooey, gluey stuff around the edge. You're going to put tyre shine, you're going to get dirt and mud. The paint's going to flake off eventually anyway. Generally, the paint's really easy to control, that you don't get too much on the tyre, but I'm a bit sloppy because, as I said, I don't care. There's a saying, good from far, but far from good, with a lot of things that you look at from far and you go, yeah, that's all right, that looks nice. But then when you get close, you go, oh no, what was I thinking? You know, and of course I'm talking about wheels and cars and all that sort of thing, but it's all good. See here, the scratch, not a big deal. You wouldn't even see it. Now, I'm going to show you my painting skills. You can see a run right there. So right, so this is what happened, right? So if you've watched the other videos, or you do, you'll see we're using the Duplicolor brand, satin black. We purchased that from Repco. We were getting it for $10 a can, and I can tell you that a can did a lot of wheels. It's a really cheap way to black your wheels. Just give them a rub back, Bunnings trip first, get a roll of P400, cost you about 10 or 15 bucks. And you've got plenty of pieces of that to just give it all a rub so the paint sticks. You don't have to go crazy, and it's just rough it up a little bit to make the paint adhere, and make sure it's really clean. Clean it down with some water-based degreaser, that Kenko stuff. Make sure it's all dry and clean. Do as I say, not as I do. I didn't do that. Like I said, I've got runs. I'll tell you where the runs all started. I've got the runs, right? So what happened was, I ordered the Duplicolor from Repco. They said no worries, and VHT turned up at the door. Anyway, I went, I don't want to complain, so I'll just try the VHT. So I used it, and what I noticed, it sprays a lot more heavy and more pointed to a straight direction. Now, perhaps I can change this on the nozzle. Maybe I'm the one making the mistake. I haven't checked it yet. I'll do that maybe before I do any more painting. But I'm about to paint those caps, so I better check it out, eh? So the Duplicolor, if you can get it, was more of a mist, so you did waste more paint. But it was more spread, so there was less chance you were going to muck up. It was easier to control. The VHT is more of a pointy spray and heavier, so it's kind of like a thicker, heavier paint. But looking at it, we think that the VHT was more of a, not a gloss finish, but more towards a gloss. Let's go and have a look at the Hilux again. See, I haven't done the caps yet, but there was quite a large scratch, and I've already given it the first coat. Right now I did this, right? all I did is I stuck a rag in there so it doesn't get on the rotor, and I just quickly went, shh, shh. I don't see bugger all paint on the tyre. Do you know what I mean? Who cares? Anyway, it needs another coat because you can see through the scratch, but you know, who's standing there going, oh, that's a pretty crap paint job on those wheels, mate. Usually they're dirty anyway. You can see we washed it down yesterday, you know, trying to get the excess, all this stuff off before we, because there was all that slippery stuff, you know, to put the tyre on. So that's what the run mark there is. And you can see I ran out of paint, right? So I used 1 can of VHT, painted 9 wheels, okay? But very light coated on the last few. Then I had 1 can of Duplicolour left, so I wanted to finish with that. So I painted the Duplicolour over the top of the VHT. So the finish on this is actually the Duplicolour paint. But we're out of it and we can't get any more. I had 1 can of that, 2 cans of VHT turned up. So I've used 1 VHT, 1 Duplicolour, I'm out. Now I've got a VHT to paint the caps with. So we're gonna move over there. Like most paint cans, I think you can turn that nozzle thing, but I don't know if I'm going to muck around with it because I can't be bothered, right? Now for painting, I like to pick a day that's really still, not windy. Do you know what I mean? And I like a bit of sun too, so we can get heat into things so they can dry up. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the ones for the Prado wheels that are going on the 150. And there's lots of different caps, so be aware of that. These caps are off the older Prado wheels, probably about, I don't know, 2013 I'm guessing, that are going to go on the Hilux. And they look good already, I think, but they're going to look much better with black caps on. Now, to answer the question, how do we, not that, well, you can try and take these out, but I can tell you now, a lot of people say, I've never done it. I think I attempted to once and I went, oh, I can see what's going to happen here, and I stopped, because that's the common sense thing. You can see I've got a couple of clips missing. That's how they came anyway. You get what you pay for, right? But I think 5 will hold it in position. If you lost 2, you might be in trouble. Just be careful with those when you're in fingers, especially screwdriver and lever, gently and all that. Point is, don't take them off, because my common sense, uncommon sense, more to the point, told me if you try and take those off, you're going to bust them, and then it'll hurt even more, because I think these aren't cheap to be separate genuine and might be hard to find on their own without wheels. So what you do is you just paint the whole thing, okay? And then straight away, or later, anytime you like, you can do it straight away or a year later, you get a rag, put your glove on, you get a rag and you touch the rag in some thinners, and you just go like this and you rub that. And you only need to get what's on the surface off. Be careful not to be too fussy and try and get the edges of the chrome, I should be saying, because you'll touch this paintwork here and take it off as well and end up having to repaint it again, okay? So from it, remember what I said, good from far, but far from good. So you're going to take it off the surface like this. I'll give you an example. I'll go and show you on the 120, the first set I ever did. The 120 wheels. 120 wheels are powder coated, right? And they're filthy at the moment. And they've been in some hits, you know what I mean? They've done a lot of off-road. They've been powder coated for years. You can see they've taken quite a few hits. They get used, right? But see that cap there? Good from far, but far from good. We're pretty close, right? Now, clean up these wheels, they're going to look a lot better. They could probably even do with a spray coat over the top of the powder coat, but then a good clean, a good scrub would probably do the job. Again, it's not here for good looks. It gets used. It's here for mechanical reliability. As long as it's clean inside, comfortable, reliable, and it looks reasonable on the outside, happy days. We don't need to chase every last detail. It's an off-roader. But see what I mean? I think it looks better with the whole thing black. Some people have got silver caps. It's different, but I don't think it looks great. But I think it looks, I originally painted these, it was like that for years, and then I went, I reckon it'll look better with the Toyota emblem. So while the car was on the hoist, I just got the rag, put the thinners, rubbed that, and of course all the paint dissolved and came off, because I never rubbed that back to get the paint to stick to it either, did I? And it's just cheap paint, and it's going to come off fairly easy, but it certainly does the job. With some center caps that we did more recently, I painted them, and straight away I got the rag and, you know, did that. I think it was a little bit not as good, because while it's wet, it's easy to make a mistake. And as soon as you just touch somewhere, so if you're going to do it while it's wet, you just need to be super careful. So you can go either way. Either way, it comes off. When it's a bit drier, it's just going to take it perhaps a little bit more, but it's really easy to get off. So that's how I do it, and then you're not risking breaking these tiny little plastic tabs, which you might be able to get off, especially on these newer ones, when the plastic's in good condition, right? Once they get older, the plastic gets a bit brittle, but I'm not taking them off, because been there, done that. Now, Repco tell me they can't get the Duplicolour, so if you know somewhere to get the Duplicolour, please let us know in the comments for me and anybody else watching. We're going to use the VHT, we're going to put them on, and then you can compare the colour difference. Look, they're both called satin black, right? There it is, there's your number if anyone wants it. It looks more glossy than the Duplicolour. It's sprayed more heavily, it's a matter of adjustment. When you've used the Duplicolour, it's a bit of a hard to adjust to this heavier painting VHT. But once you know how it works, you just got to move your hand faster, happy days. And you know what they say, many light coats is better than one heavy coat. So go light, have all your wheels laid out on a day that's not windy, and just move over them all slowly and come back to them and all that sort of thing, because lots of light coats filling in the gaps and do an inspection, turn them around, because you'll have sections. Actually see, let's get in a bit closer. See, I haven't worried too much about painting in here too well, have I? You didn't see that back there yet, did you? Look in here and look, I haven't even done a good coat there, you know what I mean? But I'm out of paint, this is the problem, and I've just done a quick touch up along that edge as well. So all the rims just about had an area of damage, and I'm not trying to make these perfect now, because once these caps go on, then what I said, good from far, but far from good. Looks bloody beautiful, doesn't it? They're just going to get covered in dirt and mud anyway. A little bit of paint on the tyre from that touch up, and who cares? Anyway guys, I'm going to bore you and, you know, show you how to paint these. Like, does everyone knows how to spray paint, don't they? I'm not saying I'm good at it, but you need to give the can a good shake. So I'm going to shake the can first, and I might set up and show you a little bit of painting. Let's see, hey? If you liked it so far, hit the like button, subscribe, turn the bell on, like I said, so you don't miss out. All the information's here, but I think we've got a playlist, might be called Wheels and Tyres, or Painting Wheels and Tyres. Either way, search painting on our channel, just that one word on our channel, and you should be able to find the videos you want, with the couple of different ways I did it, with the tyres on and the tyres off. You can do the card thing if you like, you can make a template. For me, from now on, I'm going to paint the wheels before the new tyres go on, and if I've got old tyres and it's a touch-up, or it's an old set of wheels I got from someone and I'm not taking the tyres off, I'm just going to paint the wheels. I'm not worried about the tyres, I just go as best as I can along the edge. We've got a bit of extra, we don't need tyre shine. Alright, let's get these painted, eh? Okay, so we've made a start. It is a little bit breezy here, but as much as we clean them and blew them dry and everything, you can see some specks on them. But remember what I said, I'm not a spray painter, and good from far, but far from good. But many light coats will work better. So I'll give you a bit of a gist of how I'm doing it. All right, just try and hold that. I'm doing two-handed here. Watch this, I'll try and hold that there. So when you paint, you wave across it nice and even, at an even speed, in an even line, and you release the trigger as you pass, right? Keep shaking the can, you want it shaken up, that sort of thing. But as you pass, you release the trigger. But you've got to be careful of the next cap here, because you don't want to be stopping on that. So if you change direction on there, you're going to get a run. So watch again. Okay, I'm just getting started here, right? So I'm going to continue what I'm doing. Let's come around this way. And if it is breezy, and I'm doing this holding a bloody camera as well, so give me a break. If it is breezy, just wait till in between the breeze, right? Right, just come back to them. I'd rather come back to it, have not enough. Quite stressful, man, when you're holding a bloody, I can do better than this, you know, when you're holding a camera. The things I do for you guys, please hit the like button, I tell you, unbelievable, right? Makes things hard when you're trying to hold a camera, and anyway, you get the drift, don't you? And then you spray the can upside down usually, check what the can says to, you know, clear the nozzle, and don't forget to finish off the job properly. Even what I'm saying is, even this looks good, right? Put those on, they'll look good. You don't have to clean those off. I'm just saying. I might even put these on like that, and then at a later date, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do the cleaning now, I don't think anyway. I'm going to put them on like this. I'll show you a photo of those, and then at a later date, when we're doing other videos, we'll talk about it again and how easy it came off. And that's the thing with videos. We'll be doing a video on a subject, like it could be about your air filter and when you should clean that and why or whatever, and then later in the video or during the video there'll be a whole heap of information about other stuff, and most people want as much information as possible to get themselves educated, which is why just watch till the end, listen carefully. You can even do it in your car on your way to and from work each day. Do a bit of catch up because a lot of it's mainly listening. Of course, you shouldn't be touching your phone. Press play before you drive. You can have your phone in a position. You're allowed to look at your radio and your speedo every now and then, but if you've got your phone in a safe position, not blocking the view of the screen, but near the screen, every now and then you would have a browse perhaps while you stop at the lights, just like, you know, looking at anything else in the vehicle. Certainly don't sit there watching videos though, because that would be dangerous. Anyway, that's a video. I'm going to finish off these. I'll show you a photo at the end and put them on the car. So there they are. Touch dry, virtually. I'm scratching it. I shouldn't be touching it, see? That's what I mean. I'm not that far. I'm trying to demonstrate. Literally finished painting 3 minutes ago. Touch dry already. It's going to be a bit wetter on the cardboard, but yeah, touch dry, whatever. So in about 10 minutes, I'm going to pop these on the vehicle because I'm a bit crazy like that, where I should let them sit in the sun all day. Not these ones. These ones are going to sit in the sun. They're the ones for the wheels for the 150. These ones here, so look a bit dodgy on the finish there. You should clean it with Prepsol or something before you paint. If you're, you know, painting furniture and you've got to be fussy or paint work on your vehicle, this is just wheels, mate. Wheel caps, you know, cheap wheels, whatever. $3.50 for the set. Happy days, you know. Anyway, they look pretty good. That's a video. Hopefully it helped you. If you liked it, hit the like button. Catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya. And finally, you know, I couldn't help myself. This black, fully painted, doesn't look good as this, right? Like I said, 5 minutes with the general purpose thinners on a rag, few dobs, carefully wiping over it. Once again, good from far, but far from good, but pretty bloody good, if you ask me. And that's it once and for all. Bada bing, bada boom. Just want to show you, see, while you're cleaning this off, if you accidentally touch on the edge, see again, good from far, far from good. You can touch that up again, but you got to start again, and nobody's going to see that. Again, not furniture, it's a set of wheels. You're looking at it from miles away. Going to get these caps on, leave these ones out to dry for a few more weeks or a few more months. They're making that Prado. Let's see what happens. And bada bing, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, bell on. See ya.